Good morning, everybody. Welcome to an arms plan episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. First of all, a blessed Sunday morning to you all. Um, Now, I'm going to explain to you in a couple of moments why I decided to go live. Again, this is unplanned, but this is something that I needed to talk about. Okay. First of all, happy New Year to all of you. I hope your New Year's celebrations were great and wonderful and all that. I just decided to come out here and express my point of view regarding what happening in Venezuela with the activity. As everyone knows, we invaded um, the country of Venezuela. Um, Unfortunately, there was people that were killed during this invasion, and our troops kidnapped the president of Venezuela and his wife, and are in the process of bringing them to the United States for trial. Now, let me make this perfectly clear, okay? I am not a fan of the Maduro government, okay? But he is their leader. He is their chief executive. So whatever problems going on over there in Venezuela, they have to deal with it. Okay. Now supposing we are going there for because Maduro did some criminal activity. Okay, first of all, there is a process. Okay, you cannot just arbitrarily send troops over to another country to invade, kidnap their leaders, and then bring it to your country to stand trial for criminal charges. There is a process. Okay, I mean, just think about it. Imagine if, say, Russia or China decided to go after President Trump and decide, well, you know what? We're going to kidnap President Trump and we're going to kidnap his wife, Melania, and we're going to bring it to our country to stand on criminal charges. If that would happen, it would be World War III. Okay. But since we're the ones that doing the invading, that's perfectly fine. I'm sorry. I have a huge problem. Again, I'm not in favor of the current government over there, but it is their government. And what I find really insane, we have our own problems to deal with here in the United States. Okay. We have millions of Americans that live in paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Here in New York, we have a housing crisis so severe that we have municipal employees living in shelters because they cannot afford the rent. Now, just think about it. We're talking about people. We're talking about people, many of them with bachelor's degrees, making in many other places would be decent salaries, but they cannot afford to live in New York. But yeah, we're gonna go to another country and we're going to invade. Okay. And before you say anything about what's going on in Venezuela, please do yourself a favor. Do some research before you decide to open your mouth. Okay. All I can say is hope that we can come up with some sort of sensible solution regarding what's happening over there of El Salvador. I mean, I'm sorry, in Venezuela. Okay, war is really an option. Okay, it is really an option, and we must bear in mind that as what the Bible said, those who live by the sword will perish by the sword. Okay, we cannot say to Putin, get out of the Ukraine while we are invading another country. That's more hypocrisy. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some research regarding what's the situation going on in Venezuela, so I could be educated regarding what's going on. Okay, I wasn't even planning to go up here and say my 2 cents, but I decided, you know what the heck. And if you don't like my views, that's perfectly fine. Okay, you're entitled to your views. That and $3 will keep you a ride on the subway. But invading another country without justification never works well. It never works out for the country that's doing the invading, nor the country that's being invaded. So let us hope and let us pray that cooler heads will take over and they come up with some sort of a solution to what's going on. And at the very least, let the people of Venezuela deal with their own situations. We can't even deal with our situation, so we're gonna go invade another country and so-called fix their situation. I don't think so. So with that being said, I will be on later tonight talking about unforgiveness and what happens to those who choose not to forgive. So I just wanted to give you my point of view regarding the situation in Venezuela. With that being said, take care, stay blessed, have a blessed Sunday, and peace.